Okay, I'm gonna film some bits, so if it breaks up, that's why, just because Photo Booth loves to not save some of my videos spontaneously. It's wonderful, so let me just try that. Okay, hopefully this saves. If it doesn't, I'll be pissed, but it is what it is. I want to talk about something, perhaps unconventional, but it needs to be said. I don't give a fuck about love. I don't. A man calling me baby, a man thinking I'm adorable, a man being in love with me, a man wanting to spend his life with me is not a compliment. And there is such a narrative that that is what I should be seeking in my life. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't hate men. I thoroughly enjoy them. But this narrative that women should be excited about love makes me want to throw up. When you are an amazing woman and you have done work on yourself and you have healed and you are open and you are warm and you have love to give and you're creative and you're passionate and you're a good listener and you've got all this character and you're kind of hot, you know how to put yourself together, of course someone is going to love you. Of course you're easy to love. I know that. Loving me is of no use to me if you cannot make my life better. And that is on that. I will die on this hill that marriage and partnership is a practical agreement. It is not about just, transaction. No. Love should be part of the equation, but love alone is not enough. Love alone will not make me melt. Great, you can love me. I can love me too. I don't need you to love me. And there is such a narrative that women should just be so extremely excited because a man loves them. Why? But I want you to be happy. I am happy. I might be a miserable fucking bitch, but a man coming in is not gonna fix this, right? So please, women, love can only take you so far. Love can only take you so far in life. I'm going to pause this and hopefully it's saved. To me, it is so important that we make this distinction, that we understand, because women deep down, you know, we're soft, right? Not that we're incapable or not strong, but we're a sucker for love. We're a sucker for a little bit of romance, right? But we need to have boundaries. We need to have frames around us. And that comes in the form of, what does your life look like? What is your purpose? What is your joy without any men around? Without the Instagram, without the dating, right? What is your life? What is beauty to you? I need to take my sweater off. I'm getting kind of hot. I mean, she's already hot as it is, but this topic, ugh, honey. For me, perhaps this is unconventional, but I'm 25, right? I've got the rest of my life to live with somebody if I want. I've got the rest of my life to be with someone, to move in with them, yada yada, to pop out kids. I have got the rest of my life. Fuck, I could die 5 years from now, but we don't move around with that assumption, do we? So, assuming that that's not what I'm moving around with, I've got the rest of my life. Why am I going to stress a man loving me so much? Again, the insult is not in that, oh, I don't want a man to love me. If it happens somewhere down the line, okay, cool. But it's only gorgeous if I respect him. If I love him too. A man loving you, it ain't all that. It is not all that. And when you wake up to your worth, when you wake up to your value, you realize how little a compliment it is and actually how little a goal it is. It's not a goal. It says nothing about you. Not really. It really, for me, is like, okay, great, you can love me, but how does that make my life better? If it means that he can contribute to your life, if he is compatible with you, if he is a partner to you, if he has, partner qualities, then fantastic, embrace the love, right? Love can grow from a healthy foundation then. But love in itself is of no use to someone who is comfortable on their own. Please, can we stop with this narrative that a woman must have a fairy tale happy ending, and the only way that that can exist is if there's a man in a picture, or if she is married. Why? Please stop projecting your own joy onto women that are genuinely content single, or that genuinely want to wait, or genuinely want to take things slow, or genuinely want to think practically before getting involved with someone. What is so wrong with that? Marriage, long-term partnership, is a business deal. It is an arrangement to say, hey, I will love you for the rest of my life. I will be dutiful to you. I will honor you for the rest of my life. That is a beautiful but massive commitment. And you need to make sure that that person is worth it. That you two have the right frame to build off of. The fuck you mean he loves you? Love can conquer all. Can it? Call me cynical. I don't fucking think so. I don't think so. Because love and compatibility for life are two different things. They can coexist, but they are still two different things. A lot of people look at arranged marriages as if they're forced marriages. Not always. Those are two separate things as well. But the reason that some arranged marriages work is because the backgrounds are looked at. So an arranged marriage, for anyone who doesn't know, a forced marriage is where two people are forced to just literally get married. They have no say. Arranged marriage is where the families might have a little word with each other, the people meet, and then they make their own decision. They have the freedom to say yes or no. Okay? So in the context of an arranged marriage, which is what, we're favoring in this conversation, the background check's already done. The foundational things are already done. I'm not saying it always works. It doesn't. The person can still end up being a fucking asshole. People are still people. They have free will in that sense. But in terms of the values that are likely to be there, and thus the common goals, those two people are far more likely to be on the same page, creating a nice foundation for love to then blossom later, fondness to blossom later, because they already will likely have things in common that they can develop on, that they can grow on together. Their outlooks in life will likely be similar. Love in itself can be from hormones, happy hormones. It's not trustworthy. You can have sex with someone enough times and convince yourself that you're in love. Is that enough to keep an actual full relationship going for life? I don't think so. And if it makes me difficult to take this stance, then so be it. I would rather be difficult than fucking depressed and with the wrong person. Yes, I'm a little frustrated, can you tell? I love the life that I'm building. I love who I'm becoming. And I don't hate men. I don't hate marriage. I don't hate the idea of settling down, if you will, and having a family. But for me, that's not my mission. That's not my joy. It's not. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Not one bit. Seeing these things as like a precursor, or as, okay, this is just a phase, you want to go study, you want to go become a doctor, or you want to go do that, okay, yeah, sure, but then you're going to get married, right? But then you're going to, be a stay-at-home mom, right? Because, now if that's the woman's choice in itself, and she wants that, and that's her joy, and she just wants the qualification, or she wants the experience of university, or, that's how she wants to be a mother, great. But the issue that I take is that the assumption is always, okay, but her true joy cannot actually lie in her being single. I mean, surely she's miserable. Why? Because you would be miserable? Because you think a woman's only joy can come from being married? A woman is just a human at the end of the day. Would you say the same about a man? A woman, as a human, has the equal amount of opportunity to be given a mission from God. And you're saying that her only fulfillment in this life can be through family and marriage. Why? Because it suits you. Because it's convenient to understand. Well, I'm sorry, women weren't put on this earth to be convenient. I as a woman, will take my goddamn time, and not for the sake of rebellion. I don't need that. I don't need that. But because I want to do right by me. Because I will think. Because I know when I love how I love with all my heart, I want to be protected in love. I want to be safe in love. I want to be able to give everything and more to my children, knowing that I have selected the right partner. Not from a place of scarcity, not because somebody told me this will make you happy, but because I was conscious, because I was aware, because I moved with intention. Not every woman has that opportunity in her life, but if I have that opportunity in my life, you bet I will be making the most of it. Sure, things might not be perfect, right? I might have to pay a lot of money to freeze my eggs. I may not be able to have biological children. I may not be able to have children. Who knows what life holds? But I would rather do that knowing I stayed true to myself, honoring my timeline, my version of joy and fulfillment in this life. I would rather do that than just go along with what other people think happiness looks like and live to regret it. I don't mind being different. And I don't say all this to be different. I say this to be honest and to empower other women to realize just because you love someone, it does not mean you are obliged to spend your life with them. Sometimes loving someone and loving yourself is having the bravery, the courage to let them go. I'm going to leave it at that. Hoping this saved. Let me know your thoughts. And just to round this up, again, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to being married 10 years from now. Fuck, even 5 years from now, if it feels right for me. But what I will not do is rush myself into something just because somebody else thinks it's the right thing for me to do. That is my timeline to control, and mine only.